Morning warriors, welcome to Why Shy Why. Today's Why Shy Why is going to be a bit of a rant. Not necessarily all that negative, but one of the things I do want to talk about, guys, is the importance of leadership in an organization. Whether that be a small one like ours at Soft Solutions, or a huge one like HP or Apple, or anything in between. Really, even government, non-profit. It doesn't really matter what we're talking about, leadership is imperative. Okay, so one of the biggest problems with leadership is that it's really hard to define. There's a guy called Daniel Goleman who goes on and does this sort of stuff. He's basically dedicated his life to understanding leadership and what it means, and what are the traits, and how do you evolve as a good leader. Really great stuff. Go check out his stuff, because one of the things that I want to talk about today, guys, is that you have to be really, what's the word I'm looking for here? Almost self-actualized to understand that you are not a good leader, and that your people, your team, your company, your family, your friends, they all look to you to become a better leader. And for me, that leadership is really just about the human element of management, right? Which means that I'm a leader with my family, I'm a leader with my social groups, I'm a leader with my professional groups, I'm a leader in my company. But that does not mean that I am not alongside leaders, right? So with Soft Solutions, for example, we have a small team, but I feel like we're all leaders because we all lead each other down a different vision, a different path. We all have one accumulated vision for the organization, but socially and through our experiments and the things that we're interested in outside of work, we lead each other down to different things. And that, for me, is really fulfilling. That's why I feel like the human element of management is actually the definition of leadership. Now, one of my biggest problems with leadership is this. We all kind of assume it's too hard, or that we're doing it okay just because it's hard to define. Guys, yes, it might be hard to define, but that does not mean that we get to sit on our hands and just assume that we're okay, we're competent. There are too many managers out there that are really bad leaders, okay? There are many leaders out there that are bad managers, and they get away with it. The reason they get away with it is because they inspire others to do better, do the best work possible. Whereas bad managers inspire themselves to do something good, and kind of in a vacuum, everyone else just does it, okay? But when you have a good leader, guys, when you have a manager who understands that they are lacking in leadership skills, and for me, that's something that is a lifelong thing, that you don't just wake up one day and become a brilliant leader. It's an evolution, right? As your emotional quotient grows, you get to realize that I have these particular leadership skills that are missing, and I need to build up a part of myself to be able to fulfill those skills. These aren't the sort of things, they're not technical skills, they're very soft skills. And so we need to be able to understand what's missing inside ourselves to be able to then go and find those things and evolve into them. So, guys, if you're a leader of people, if you're a leader of a function, if you're a leader of yourself, I ask that you today, right now, make a note in your to-do list to go and do some reading around leadership. That will open up your mind a little bit as to what leadership really is. And then it's your choice as to what steps you want to take to become a better leader. Better leaders will result in the advancement of humanity. It's that simple. Better managers will not do that. Better leaders will do that, okay? So if you're in politics, if you're in business, if you're in non-profit, if you're in the government, if you're if you're taking your kids out for swimming lessons, if you're a head of a family, anything that requires some sort of taking a group of people down a particular pathway and displaying a vision for them, you need to have enough intelligence, emotional intelligence, to show that, hey, I'm not the best that I could be, and I could be better, okay? So go and pick up a book, guys, or read an article. HBR, Harvard Business Review, or The Economist have leadership articles all the time. You can get them for free, 3 or 4 a month at least. Go ahead and do that. just open your mind up a little bit and see if you can implement some of those things that they're talking about. That is my plea to you today. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoying your week, and we'll be in touch again.